Hello, I'm VX3Cam. Welcome back to Q&A Saturday. Q&A Saturday is a weekly series I run on my channel where I answer your questions about a variety of subjects, usually centered around the next update for Minecraft console. We now know that next update is going to be TU36. We know it's going to be coming out in just 10 days, and we know the primary feature is going to be battle minigames. So yeah, that's what most of the questions are about, but there are other questions too. And if you have any questions you do want to ask about the next update or anything else, you can leave it in the comments down below, or you can follow me on Twitter when I'll tweet out every now and then, ask me questions for Q&A Saturday. So yeah, you can probably tell which questions come from which, and hopefully you all do enjoy Q&A Saturday, because if you do, like the video and let me know. It helps out the channel a lot, and let me know you do like this weekly, question and answer series, which is, by the way, what Q&A stands for, if you didn't know. I think everyone knows. But yeah, with that said, let's get straight into the first question already, shall we? Which comes in from Impact_Migos. So Impact Migos asks, do you think that battle minigame will be updated like Minecraft is updated once in a while? Every once in a while. Thanks. So yeah, they're asking, will a battle minigame be updated in the same way that Minecraft is? And the simple answer is yes. When there is an update to Minecraft, those changes will probably apply to battle minigame. Battle minigame isn't going to stay on like, TU31 or TU36 forever. When, let's say 1.9 combat comes out, that will be coming there too when, brand new features come in. They'll presumably be coming over. But if you mean, will there be actual changes to the fundamentals? I think there'll be some small changes, but I think this is the majority of what we're seeing. They're not going to massively mix it up. However, there is a couple of caveats to that. First of all, they did say they're going to watch community feedback, and if something's clearly broken, like let's say there's some ridiculous strategy that's not fun to play against, and let's say there's some way of abusing the game, they will be fixing that and changing that. And second of all, they might be adding new ways to play it, like a team version of it. Again, that's something that I've got some information on that I might be making a video on soon. But yeah, we'll get into that later on in today's video, because the second question comes in from Jack R, who asks #Q&A. Will they add a UHC as a minigame? So UHC, or Ultra Hardcore, is a really cool minigame that I've played quite a lot on my channel, and it's not really a minigame more than it's a game mode, where basically, you play Minecraft and the goal is to do something while you're on hard difficulty, so you take extra damage, and you have natural regeneration turned off, so you cannot actually regenerate your health, except with golden apples or potions. So it's a really fun minigame, and a lot of people like playing it against each other as like a little fun thing there. So will they be adding it as a minigame? No, because you can kind of play this with friends just as easily. I think what they might do is add a hardcore game mode to make it actually properly in survival, but they probably wouldn't make it a full-on minigame, because there isn't much to do there. Like, it's not something that needs dedicated maps. You usually want a survival map, and I think, yeah, it'd be cooler to add it as a game mode for regular Minecraft rather than as a minigame. But that's just my opinion right there, and that's why UHC and, let's say prisons and stuff probably won't become minigames in the traditional sense. But that's my opinion. Who knows what the second one will be. We're still waiting on that one from 4J. So yeah, with that said, let's move on to the next question, which comes in from CH Gaming Lol, who says, do you think there will be more free battle mode maps after this update? #Q&A. So I know there's going to be free in this update. There's going to be a map pack coming down later down the line, and then there might be more maps after that. Again, it's going to depend on the popularity of the game mode, but what I could see happening is there could be, let's say, a future mashup pack. They could have a free battle minigame map to come with that, to add more value to the mashup pack, and also as a cool way to promote it. I think they could do it the other way around, where it's like, well, let's say there's a Doom mashup pack. Not that there'd be one, because the game just came out, but if there was a Doom mashup pack, they could be like, well, here's a free minigame to play with your friends, then you play it in the battle minigame, then you're like, yeah, I'd love to look around this map, and that's something they could do there, because you'll notice how the Greek mashup pack has 3 maps of its own. I mean, it might be 4 at some point, and that is really, really interesting, because it means that it's kind of like a promotion for the Greek mashup pack when you play those maps. If you play Labyrinth, you'll be like, it would be cool to do this in survival, and that's something that maybe will be something that comes up. Again, that's something we're going to have to see, but I think that could be something they end up doing based on the Greek mashup pack's integration with the first map pack. So yeah, with that said, let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Lime Skulls. So Lime Skulls asks, @IVX3Cat, #Q&A, do you think that Minecraft Xbox will ever get exclusives, and if so, what? So they're asking, will there be exclusive features that are on console only and not on the PC and Pocket Edition? So technically that's kind of true right now, like the skin selector, well, I guess, that was true, I guess, the skin selector in the game itself, the way the texture pack system works, the way all these things work, to some extent there's quite a lot of exclusives. I've even made a video on lots of those exclusives, and it actually angers a lot of, the other players of other versions. But will there be like exclusives, like let's say an exclusive mob or an exclusive structure, or something ridiculous like the Pocket Edition where you can dye cauldrons? And I think the answer to that is sort of not, because the kind of goal they're going for, the goal they're going for is to be where the PC is, and stay as close to it as possible. And then also the separate half of the team is working on these minigames. These minigames arguably are a really big exclusive. Being able to play battle minigame without having to go on a server where they microtransaction and nickel and dime you, except if you don't pay, well, I guess you're gonna get wrecked by someone who does. Yeah, it's none of that stuff, and I think that's a really cool exclusive. But if you don't count minigames as an exclusive, it's gonna be a while before we see something, unless it's like cross-platform platform. Again, it really depends on how you define exclusive in this sense. I don't think we will be seeing, you know, an exclusive console buy-in or something like that too soon. But you know, things are happening at a really fast rate right now. It seems anyway, and we're gonna have to see exactly how this next thing does play out. So with that said, let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Llama's YT, who says #Zebra, which is against their name. Anyway, so at school, people always take the mick out of me just because I'm obsessed with llamas. Any advice? Well, this is a very easy situation to fix. What you need to do is you need to ride a llama into school, and you need to, you know, make the llama spit in their face until they, you know, they cry and they say they're sorry. Because you gotta bear in mind, most schools have like a rule book you can read and you can check out, and there is nothing in most school rule books about bringing a llama into school. So that would be my official recommendation. You know, other kids mock you for, you know, liking llamas. Bring a llama into school. You show them who's boss. That's my 100% Toycat sanctioned advice. So with that said, let's move to the next question, which comes in from EJB, who asks #Q&A, when do you think 1.10 will come out? So it's funny that someone asked this because in the in the last video I mentioned how it'd be like somewhere near the end of the year. Well, just after I made that video, the pre-release came out and then the update came out like before this one. And basically, yeah, the PC is actually moving to a system where they're releasing smaller updates but faster. So they said something like 1.10, 1.11, 1.12 will be roughly the same as like one big update but split out between 3, and yeah, that means that Minecraft updates on the PC will be coming out a lot faster. And it's just something interesting I figured I'd mention here, because I assumed 1.10 would be a bigger update, but no, they split into a small update and they released it fast, which is kind of cool in a few ways. So yeah, with that said, let's move to the next question, because I think that's actually pretty cool. Anyway, let's move to the next question, which comes in from some guy named Mike, who asks @IEX3Cat #Q&A, what are the odds of a new developer taking over Minecraft console? It could be very bad, but it could be very good. So this is something I've been seeing people say since, you know, literally the dawn of Minecraft console, where they're like, well, if Mojang was developing this, or if this was developing it and that, then there'd be no problems. And obviously, you know, people want to blame the developer of the game, but the reality behind, if they did, 4J have made the game what it is today. They've taken us from, 5 updates behind the PC to literally now, now it's technically 2, but there's also a bunch of, exclusive minigames and stuff. There's all the integration coming with other platforms, and I think, Minecraft console is in a very good place. And when you say, if we just replace 4J with them, then this would go faster, you gotta bear in mind that the game has been made by them. Switching developer at this point, not only would it be ridiculous, and they're not gonna do it because, switching developer midway through a game's life cycle is very, very rare, but not only would it be ridiculous, but they'd have to learn to work with the systems 4J have built, and then what benefit would it necessarily bring? I believe they deliberately went with 4J because they were kind of like an indie studio, like Mojang, and they have that same kind of feel to them, and that means they can do kind of cool stuff. So, what are the odds of a new developer taking over? Pretty much 0, and would you want them to? I don't think you would. I don't think you'd actually, achieve anything, because the best way to do it is, instead of having a new developer, have a secondary developer come in and help, and that's what they've actually been doing. They have a entirely dedicated, testing and stuff team in Poland somewhere, and basically, by having these extra teams helping out, that's how you get more done. A lot of people have this weird thing where it's like, we replace them and that fixes all the problems, but I think they fundamentally misunderstand how, games are developed. But with that said, let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Seb Sharma, who says, #Q&A, have they, I don't know why that's in air quotes, stopped working on mashup packs and texture packs? So the answer to this is no. What was that one? The Nintendo mashup pack, Super Mario mashup pack, just came out, and that was the first one in about 8 months though, and we haven't seen a texture pack in about a year. So the reason for that is because there's 2 teams for at 4J. There's the programming team and there's the art team. The art team do both art, but they also do maps and stuff. So since they just made 8 maps for battle mode, I assume that's the reason why we haven't seen quite so much as we would before. And the big thing you want to keep in mind here is, while they're making these minigames maps, which take a lot of work and they have to be done in a lot of different ways, there is going to be less mashup packs and texture packs, but we already have a massive supply on console, so I don't think most people have even noticed. We have something like 16 texture packs to choose from. It's a pretty decent number. So next mashup pack will probably be coming out later this year, or maybe they'll be focused on minigame. Either way though, they haven't stopped working on them. There's just less of them because now we have so many. You don't need them, and since there's minigame stuff they have to work on anyway, it just kind of makes sense. So that's the answer to your question, Seb Sharma. Let's move into the next one, which comes in from Nathan67943, who asks #Q&A, favorite kind of burger. So simple answer here. It's a really close toss-up between Five Guys and Shake Shack, but I think Five Guys might just win it personally. So yeah, easy as that, and that'd be like here's the tip: double bacon cheeseburger, but go all the way, and then all the way isn't actually all the toppings. Go all the way, and then go all the way again. That's how you make the best burger. Or go have a small one if you're feeling like a light thing. But yeah, that's the best type of burger, like ever, I'm pretty sure. And with that said, we'll move to the next question, which comes in from TJ Minotti, who asks hashtag at IBX Toycat. I'm so used to saying hashtag Q&A, even though I tell people not to. At IVX Toycat. Do you think Battle Mode will ever have an increased player limit? And this is a good question, because they did say bigger multiplayer literally 2 years ago now, and they never kind of delivered on it. But yeah, we do see in every single one of these trailers, there's 8 people playing the game, then there's a guy flying around cinematics, which makes me say that, 8 plus players has been possible, but they don't want to release it for some reason. Whether they're waiting for, like, I don't know, Pocket Edition integration, whether they're waiting for this or that, it's going to be something hard to see. But I do think an increased player limit will be coming, and I think Battle Mode will benefit from it, but they'll have to make a brand new set of maps for 16 players, which maybe that's one of the reasons. I generally can't think. But yeah, that's the answer to your question about Battle Mode and the player limit. So with that said, let's move to the next question, which comes in from Super Alfmau Fan 7765, who asks hashtag Q&A, will you come to Latvia? So this is the final question, and I think I'd answer it because Latvia is one of those countries I'm really excited to go to, but it's going to be way later this year because I guess this is like a travel advice for everyone. In Latvia, not only is it like kind of like in that kind of part of Europe that I think is pretty nice, but also it gets a decent amount of snow in the winter, which means you can go like skiing, sledding, and there's also a bobsleigh course there. There's only like 16 of those in the world, and also you can shoot guns, and also you can have like huskies drag you around in a I don't know what it'd be. And yeah, at some point in winter, I'm going there just to do all that ridiculous stuff. So yeah, that is there's why I'm going to Latvia. There's when I'm going to Latvia, like November/December, and I hope you did all enjoy today's video, because this is the end of it. So thank you all very much for watching. Like the video if you did like it, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make Q&As on every Saturday, just like this one, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for Seed Sunday with a lot of Mineshaft. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and goodbye.